1. Same old Gators under Shannon. What kind of boost, if any, will Florida get from interim head coach Randy Shannon? The Gators had dropped 3 straight games under Jim McElwain before he was essentially fired last Sunday. Shannon, the former head coach at Miami and UF's defensive coordinator, will leave the Gators' sputtering offense in the hands of coordinator Doug Nussmeier. Expect a few new wrinkles under Shannon, but the Gators are who they are, a flawed offensive team with few proven playmakers. We just have to keep coaching the guys we have, Shannon said this week. I tell the coaches, this is not the NFL. You can't draft nobody. You can't get nobody off the waiver wire. You can't sign somebody who's sitting at home, and you can't trade for anybody. You have to coach the guys we have on this team and make them the best they can be. 2. Can Locke keep it rolling? Nobody has struggled against the Gators more than Missouri quarterback Drew Lock, who's completed just 20 of 57 passes in 2 games against Florida with 4 interceptions, 3 returned for touchdowns. A strong showing Saturday will continue what's been the best stretch of games for the junior. Then again, these aren't the same Gators that suffocated Mizzou's passing game last year. The 2016 Florida defense featured 8 players selected in the NFL draft earlier this year. With mostly freshmen and sophomores in the secondary, Florida has allowed 9 passing touchdowns in SEC games, fewer than only Ole Miss in the conference. 3. Can Tigers get more from Moore? Locke isn't the only Missouri player who's struggled against elite competition. Senior wide receiver Jomon Moore has feasted on lesser opponents, but tends to vanish against the best SEC defenses. In games against Georgia, Auburn, Florida and LSU the last 2 seasons he's combined to catch just 5 passes for 74 yards. Physical defensive backs can give the 6'3" wideout trouble at the start of his routes, and Moore figures to be tested against Florida's lone senior in the secondary, cornerback Duke Dawson. Moore is coming off 2 straight big games, catching 19 passes for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns against Idaho and Yukon. 4. Zaire to the rescue? Phillip Franks beat Tennessee earlier this year with a Hail Mary touchdown pass, but Shannon will go with graduate transfer Malik Zaire to start Saturday's game. Zaire's best passing game came in a big win over Texas more than 2 years ago when he played for Notre Dame. The dual-threat QB could be a challenge with his running ability, but has attempted only 23 passes this year. The Gators need a spark for an offense that ranks just number 113 in yards per game. 5. Can you avoid special teams snaffles? Special teams continue to be a mixed bag for the Tigers. Punter Corey Fatney is among the nation's best and has allowed only 7 yards in returns all season. Mizzou's punt return team has been strong most of the year and ranks number 19, averaging 12.3 yards per return. But a bad snap here, a shanked kick there have capsized the kicking game at other times. To win this game, the Tigers need to avoid special teams gaffes against one of the SEC's better kicking teams. Between Fatney and UF's Johnny Townsend, 2 of the nation's best punters will be on display.